Hello guys, Yoshi Rants and Salutes channel here. Today we're going to be ranting on the Stanley Cups. If you don't know what the Stanley Cups are, it's basically those cups that are stainless steel and keeps your drink cold for hours. But the problem is people went absolutely crazy over these cups. And it went so bad that the literal police had to guard the Stanley Cups just so people won't take more than two. I didn't expect it to get this bad. Like, I know it was already bad enough, but the fact that the cops literally had to guard the Stanley Cups is saying something. Oh, and by the way, you think these cups are cheap, right? Wrong. These cups on average, they're like $20 to around $60 on average. And sure, it's stainless steel, but I wouldn't spend like fucking $60 over a damn cup. So let's say, for an example, the Stanley Cups were $60, right? And you're paying for four people in your family. Alright, so let's do the math, shall we? 60 times 4. 240 fucking dollars? Sheesh. It's already bad enough that Stanley Cups are literally $60, but $240 just for four of them? I could have used that $240 to take me on a cheap trip to Mexico and have some amazing food. Heck, I could have bought me some groceries with $240 and bought me like many new Nintendo games. I could have got the new Mario and Donkey Kong game. I could have got Super Mario Bros. Wonder, for crying out loud. I could have got literally any other new Nintendo games for just $240. I could have bought multiple of them. But all these people did instead is just fucking spend their money on a damn cup. And you wanna know what's worse? People be fighting, people be going crazy over these cups. Heck, there's people trying to steal the Stanley Cups just so they can have them for themselves. Oh my god. Are these people seriously risking their lives over a fucking cup? Out of literally anything, you would risk your life over a cup? Yeah, there's people that wants to risk their lives for stealing a Stanley Cup. And heck, there's even a video where a woman steals $2,500 worth of Stanley Cups. There's like so many cups in there that it literally fills her whole trunk. They're scrambling for the Stanley Cups so badly, they think the Stanley Cups will just be gone forever. I know you guys want the cups, but sheesh, you don't have to be going around fighting people and, trying to hit each other just over a cup. Again, it's a fucking cup. Everyone is overhyped over a goddamn cup. I swear, people be overhyped for every single thing. Let's say, for an example, I was extremely famous, right? And I was making, and I make my own theme of spoons and forks. Everybody is going to be going absolutely crazy over those. Not to mention, Stanley Cups, like 99.9% of the time, Stanley Cups are just a huge waste of money. No cap. I'm pretty sure 90% of you guys that are watching this video can agree with me that Stanley Cups are an absolute waste of money. Just imagine you have a daughter and you gave her allowance, a $50 allowance, and she spends like $48 on a cup. I don't care if I'm being specific, but yeah, just imagine if you had a daughter, you give her $50 as a prize. She spends $48 over the cup, and these emojis is basically what I'm gonna describe. I mean, wow, did my daughter literally just wasted practically all of her allowance money over a goddamn cup? Please remind me never to give you big allowances ever again. And what I also heard, people are throwing away their Stanley Cups just so they can have new Stanley Cups so they can have better drinks and make it last longer. These people think if one of the cups is better than the one that they just got, they're gonna throw away that new cup and try to get another one just so they can have the perfect cup. And the cycle goes on for a long time. Yeah, those people who do that, just throwing away their Stanley Cups, you're even more of a dumbass. You're already a dumbass for wasting your money over a damn Stanley Cup. But you're throwing away your Stanley Cup just so you could buy more cups. You're just wasting money at this point. Wasting hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars. And that's what people on TikTok be doing. Oh, if they see like cups that are slightly better than the other one, they're gonna throw that one away. And I've seen lots of people wasting their cups. Man, with all those cups, I should have, gave those cups to the people in need. Oh shit. That's what I would be like. I wouldn't want to throw away all those cups. And what I've heard from people were getting bullied over having a fake Stanley Cup. And also, I had this video where, I made a funny video when saying that when somebody says I have a fake Stanley Cup and it says I don't give a shit. Yeah. But for real, I actually don't give a shit. If someone says I have a fake Stanley Cup, so be it. They're gonna say stuff like, I know people is basically gonna say, oh, you have a fake Stanley Cup. El Bozo, I'm a Sigma because I have a Stanley Cup. Man, shut your bitch ass up. I don't give a ratatouille's ass if my cup is fake. Who cares if the Stanley Cup is fake? And calling me an El Bozo? At least I actually know how to spend money and not spend my money on some stupid shit. At least I actually have a good reason to spend money over somebody wasting whatever amount of money they're gonna waste on a Stanley Cup. And that shit is not cheap. Now, if the cup was like $5 to $10, then I might give it a shot. But $50? Oh, hell no. I'm not gonna waste $50 just to have a cup. I mean, if the cup is that good, that it should be like $20 to $60. I better be getting free refills for life if that cup is gonna be worth so much. I've watched the YouTube shorts, and it is actually true that they are like usually $20 to $60. It is actually true. I actually watched a video like this guy going to a Starbucks getting a Stanley Cup. He said 53.49, I think. Yeah, it is actually true that these cups are actually overpriced. It's just not worth the price at this point. By the way, just because they threw away their Stanley Cups does not mean the Stanley Cup trend is over. People are still scrambling for those cups even to these days. And I could not imagine a Saturday morning and people trying to get all those Stanley Cups. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they be doing that mostly on Saturdays because they don't have school. And you want to know what's worse? Literal adults they are obsessed with these Stanley Cups. Literal adults, grown ass man and grown ass woman, just obsessed with these cups. People's hanging around Target at 4:30 in the morning trying to make a large line And usually Target opens around like 8 o'clock, depending where you are. And once those doors open, everybody is going to be like speed running to get the Stanley Cups. They're going to be speed running like fucking Usain Bolt right now. And what I've heard from, the Stanley Cups can actually poison you. I saw this video from Halo Haley, and she discussed it about the Stanley Cups actually poisoning you. If you are gonna get a Stanley Cups, at least just try to be careful about the lead, because they can put some stuff in that Stanley Cup just to poison you, and it's actually true. Well, well then, I guess I'm definitely not getting that Stanley Cup. I ain't trying to risk getting poisoned. And I wouldn't spend it anyways, poison or no poison. I'm not gonna buy that. Again, Stanley Cups are the definition of a waste of money. And at this point, the Stanley Cup trend is so overhyped. I don't know which is worse, the Popeye chicken sandwich or the Stanley Cup trends. And I'll be discussing that on the next video. So make sure you guys subscribe so you can see that video. And it's still bullshit that people are getting bullied over a damn Stanley Cup. They say, why, this person has a fake Stanley Cup. Again, if someone was, trying to bully me over a Stanley Cup, oh yeah, and then, they trying to do something to me, I'ma fucking fight them. I don't give a damn if I'm getting suspended. It's called self-defense. I ain't gonna let somebody bully me over something stupid. I mean, if somebody's bullying me, of course I will retaliate. What the fuck? I mean, it's bad when people are getting bullied over a trend. Especially a 9-year-old. A 9-year-old being bullied over a Stanley Cup. And that shit is just sad. I really feel bad for them. The real jackasses are the people who's flexing these Stanley Cups. I mean, the Stanley Cups aren't as valuable as me winning the lottery. God damn, they're so excited for the Stanley Cups. They acting like that they won the lottery or they got something extremely valuable. I mean, the Stanley Cups, they're not even that valuable. Okay, I have a fake Stanley Cup. Okay, if you're gonna bully me, then because I have a so-called fake Stanley Cup, how about if I use that fake Stanley Cup to beat your ass with it? How about that? How about I use my fake Stanley Cup so I can beat your ass? All right. I mean, how do I know that your Stanley Cup isn't fake, though? I don't know if yours is fake, so if I do find out your cup is fake, then you're practically just trying to insult yourself at that point. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there's this video where the Stanley Cup gets caught inside a destroyed car, and the Stanley Cup somehow survives. Alright, roll the clip.
Everybody's so concerned about if the Stanley spills, but what about if it melts? It was in a fire yesterday. It still has ice in it.
Boy, I don't give a ratatouille's ass if that Stanley Cup still has ice in it. I like how people is more concerned about the Stanley Cup than they are with the car itself. I mean, if my car got destroyed like that, I'd be depressed as fuck. I mean, cars is like thousands of dollars. It's easier to replace a Stanley Cup. Those are like, again, like $20 to $60 on average. But cars is thousands of dollars, and it's pretty hard to replace a car. I ain't rich, alright? I'm not fucking Elon Musk. So I can't just replace a car like that. Especially if a car is like hundreds and thousands of, like $100,000 or something. Just imagine you had a car that was worth $100,000 and it gets destroyed. I mean, how would you feel? I mean, if my Stanley Cup was, messed up, then, oh well, I can just go to a store and get another one, whatever. And yes, the Stanley Cups is stainless steel. But why is everybody more concerned about the Stanley Cups than they are about the car? This is sickening. What has people turned into? What has humanity gone to? I feel like this shit is the one of the dumbest trends I've ever seen. But the one bright side I can say is there's not any known deaths about it. I mean, can't you imagine, somebody trying to kill you over a goddamn Stanley Cup? That would be completely bullshit. Oh, and let me show you the prices of the Stanley Cups as well. Alright, let's see. Alright. Okay. 45 $45, $32, okay, $50, blah blah blah. Hold up, wait. Did I just saw what I thought I just saw? $349? 1,584? Holy shit. How is Stanley Cups this overpriced? What the fuck? Oh, and if you thought this was bad, take a look at this. Oh yeah, you thought that was bad. Take a look at this. Hold up. Let me read this. It says 2022 Stanley Cup team limited edition. I'm not sure if that's actually a Stanley Cup, but if it actually is a Stanley Cup, then what? Almost $5,000 over a Stanley Cup if it's actually a Stanley Cup like as you see in the stores. Like 5,000 fucking dollars? If you're out there spending thousands and hundreds of dollars over a Stanley Cup, then somebody should send your ass to a mental hospital. A hospital. Sorry, my bad grammar. Yeah, someone should take your ass to a mental hospital. Because no way in hell you're spending thousands of dollars, aka rent's worth of money, just so you can get a cup. I mean, $5,000? I could have took me across the world with that money. I could have went to Japan, China. I could have took me to the Philippines, like any country in Asia. I could have went to Europe and went to Italy, France, Germany, Switzerland, Poland, heck, even Turkey and Greece, where I can have very good food and have the best time of my life. I could have went to so many countries with that $5,000. But instead, your dumb ass spent $5,000 over a cup. I could have used all of that money to pay my rent for a few months. This is a few months worth of rent. So, yeah. So, this answers the question. What's my overall thoughts about the Stanley Cups? Well, it's absolutely overhyped and a huge waste of money. And remember the clip I showed you about the Stanley Cup surviving in the fire with the car inside, with the fire on the car? Yeah, where the Stanley Cup survived. The woman is basically like, yeah, the car is destroyed, but at least my Stanley Cup is okay, like, whatever. Yeah, that's where her reaction just feels like. She cares more about the Stanley Cup than she does with the car. And yes, at the end, she did get a fine, which, she fucking deserved, to be honest. Anyways, this is the end of my rant. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on my post notifications. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.